Chapter 11. The Watchers at Dawn. Morning broke softly over the city, not with brilliance, but with pale light filtered through mist. The clouds that had once burned gold now hovered gray and thin, like tired curtains after a storm. For the first time in many days, the hum was gone. There was no sound but the rustling of leaves, the distant rhythm of traffic returning, and the quiet murmur of survivors emerging from their homes. Eli stood at the lakefront, his Bible open, the wind brushing through the worn pages. The water lay calm, but something beneath its surface still glowed faintly, the remnants of the shadow that had tried to rise. Beside him, Malik watched the horizon where the first hints of sunlight touched the waves. The watchers have been scattered, Malik said quietly. Some woke from their trance, others still wander, their minds dimmed by what they saw. But the call they made has not fully ceased. The sound lingers in the spirit realm. Eli nodded, closing his Bible. Then dawn is only the pause before the next shaking. Malik looked toward the city skyline, its towers glinting like spears of glass. Yes. The nations that merged here are awakening too. Their leaders now see that this city has become the center of something greater than politics or faith. They will come again, not to worship light, but to claim it. They began walking along the shoreline toward Michigan Avenue. People gathered in small groups, praying, crying, some singing softly. The golden symbols painted on their hands and walls had faded overnight, leaving only faint circles like ashes. The city looked wounded but alive. An elderly woman approached Eli. Her voice trembled with gratitude. You spoke truth when the light deceived us. Many thought you mad, but now we see. She pressed a folded scrap of paper into his hand. It came to me in a dream after the storm. Eli unfolded it. The paper bore a single phrase, written in careful hand, the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth. He recognized it immediately, 2 Chronicles chapter 16 verse 9. He smiled faintly. He still watches, he said. The woman nodded and walked away, disappearing into the crowd. As Eli tucked the paper into his Bible, Malik spoke again. You realize what that means, don't you? If he watches, so do they. Eli looked up. The watchers. Yes, Malik said. But not the deceived ones. The true watchers, those appointed by heaven to record, to guard, to witness the shaking of the nations. They are near now, observing who will remain faithful in the face of what comes. A sudden gust of wind swept across the water, carrying with it a faint sound like a distant trumpet. People stopped and looked upward. The clouds shifted, and for a brief moment, the sun broke through, a single beam of light that struck the city's center, illuminating the old courthouse steps where Lior had once stood. Eli felt his spirit stir. Something's being revealed, he whispered. They made their way toward the courthouse. As they approached, they saw others had gathered there, men and women from every nation still remaining in the city. Some carried flags, others wore simple robes. None spoke. They stood facing the rising sun in silence. At the top of the steps, where Lior had preached unity through false light, now stood a young boy, no older than 12. His eyes were clear, his voice strong as he spoke words not his own. Thus saith the Lord, my word shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Eli felt tears form as he whispered, Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. The boy continued, his voice echoing like wind through stone. The nations were tested and found wanting. But the remnant shall rise, those who held to truth when false light blinded many. You are not forgotten. The watchers have recorded your endurance. The crowd bowed their heads. A peace unlike any before fell over the square. It wasn't the seductive stillness of the false light, but the steady calm of divine presence. The beam of sunlight brightened for a moment, then faded as the clouds closed again, Yet the warmth remained in every heart that heard the message. Malik looked to the boy, then to Eli. The message was sent. Heaven speaks through even the least expected vessel. Eli nodded slowly. Then we listen. And we prepare. The boy descended the steps and passed them without another word, his expression serene. As he disappeared into the crowd, Eli noticed something written on the last page of his open Bible, words that had not been there before. When the dawn reveals the watchers, the day of truth draws near. He closed the book gently. Then we have little time. Malik looked up at the shifting sky. The next sound we hear will not be a hum. It will be the trumpet. And as the morning light spread quietly over Chicago, the city of every nation stood on the edge of another awakening, one that would decide not unity or division, but truth itself.